Minecraft 1.16 was released in June 23rd, 2020. It was so popular that you couldn't even see anyone outside because they were all playing Minecraft. But what it meant for Minecraft speedrunning, there was a new best version. Over the following 5 years, the record would go from a 22-minute run, an asterisk, to a sub 7. So, what did 1.16 bring to the table? To enter the end, you need ender eyes, and you need blaze rods and pearls to craft those. Blaze rods didn't receive anything crazy, but pearls can be attained much faster, where you have around a 4% chance to get anywhere between 4 to 8 pearls when bartering with a piglin. So, let's see how Benex uses this in the first 1.16 world record. I'm going to use this world record as a blueprint for old strategies. Benex uses the iron and diamonds from the temple to make a bucket and a pickaxe, which he's set to use to make a nether portal. Benex spawns in a nether and instantly sees a fortress, killing blazes for blaze rods. But how will he use the piglins to get the pearls? To trade with piglins, you need a lot of gold, so speedrunners decided to scavenge for gold ore and hope for the best. Benex takes 4 minutes and 21 gold to trade it to the pig, hoping to get lucky. As soon as he gets 15 pearls, he returns to the overworld and runs to the stronghold. It takes Benex 6 minutes to do this. Then, he digs down and runs to the portal room, entering the end at 22 minutes. He shoots the crystals, and then hits the ender dragon and beds it, finishing with a time of 24 minutes and 32 seconds. So what could be improved from this run? First, it took a while running to the lava pool. Also, he didn't loot the temple. He could have just killed the iron golem. He trades faster, trading less gold, and the 6 minutes traveling to the stronghold. But Nice Twice would get a better run. Nice Twice spawns in and runs to a village, getting iron from a blacksmith and running to lava, entering the nether at 5 minutes, and instantly seeing a fortress. He kills blazes for 3 minutes, then trades 11 gold ingots, and gets lucky, saving time over Benex. He mines that into the stronghold and enters the end at 17 minutes, and the end's fight is quite similar to Benex's, with a time of 21:08. So, we are getting close to the first sub 20. A milestone not achieved in single player Minecraft speedrunning. The Sizzler saves time as he spawns right next to a village, finding instant lava, building his portal 1 minute faster than Nice Twice. But then having the portal itself take 2 minutes to build. Sizzler mines gold and runs to the fortress, trading 10 gold to get 13 pearls, heading towards the stronghold at 3 minutes behind Nice Twice. He makes up a bit of time because he's boats instead of runs. And then he finds the end portal at 18 minutes, which is still behind Nice Twice, and needing a 2-minute end to get sub 20. But Sizzler uses a new strategy, and this is called the 1 cycle. It makes killing the dragon much easier. All he needs is a few beds. Now, there's a new record, the 1942, the first sub 20. Now, records wasn't all that was happening. Curry got an 11-minute nether leave with Bad Stronghold and Eye of Ender Luck. Polish runner Odys got a good seed and finished it in 1859. A world record. This run features a looting sword, a completable rune portal, and a second eye going down. This run was really well played, and no one suspected anything, until one of his close friends cheated a record and was clearly not good enough to get it. Now people suspected Odys. They now asked for his world files, but he deleted them on accident. And to this day, no one knows if Odys really set the record. Back to records which are 100% real, we have D-Max. The world record plays out similarly to the previous ones. He spawns in and uses a ruined portal to enter the nether. He gets a lot of stray mobs in the fortress and leaves the nether 100 seconds faster than Sizzler. However, his trade to second portal was awful. He digs down and hits the stronghold at 17 minutes, and it's going to be close with the perch. This run does end up being faster, as cool timers were not invented yet and people couldn't see IGT. It was in 1937. But D-Max's next run would be revolutionary. D-Max plays a great overworld, and D-Max has to run for 2 minutes, already behind world record pace. He instantly sees a fort, but the blazes take forever, and he's leaving the fort at the same time he was leaving the nether in his world record, without any gold. So how will this run beat the record by 2 minutes? D-Max finds a nether portal that has 2 gold blocks. This makes it so he doesn't have to scavenge for nether gold ore, if he gets lucky. He doesn't, and still has to mine nether gold. Leaving the nether at 13 minutes, D-Max would hope to kill the dragon in 4 minutes. It would take him around a minute to run back to his home portal, and then 4 minutes to go to coordinates. But this ruined portal doesn't just offer gold, it's actually completable, if you take the obsidian from the chest. But this is much bigger than saving the minute running back to home portal. In Minecraft, strongholds spawn in a ring away from 0-0, about 2,000 blocks out. So a lot of time is spent running to the ring, but in the nether, you travel 8 times faster. So, if you leave the nether with an x coordinate of 100, you'll reappear in the overworld with an x coordinate of 800. So when D-Max goes back to the overworld, he's in the ring. And the following clip speaks for itself.
Right here. Oh no, my heartbeat. It's way too high. What the fuck?
D-Max just threw 2 eyes, and he knows that the stronghold's around 100 blocks away instead of the normal 2,000. D-Max digs down, and all of a sudden he's in the stronghold 2 minutes faster.
Oh my god, I'm shaking so much, guys. Don't even know. Oh no. No fucking way. I did not just do that. No.
What a run. But the magnitude of that run pales in comparison to what happened on the 29th of September. Corbanos gets a closer village and lava pool than D-Max, entering the nether at 4 minutes. After getting great blaze rod rates, Corbanos has 5 gold. But with that 5 gold, now, Corbanos has left the nether at 8 minutes, which is unheard of pace. A sub 20 was just 1 month ago. Corbanos is looking right at the sub 15 if he clutches up. The terrain to Stronghold is ocean, speeding it up, and Corbanos enters the Stronghold at 12 minutes, and in the end at 13. Now, all standing between Corbanos and the greatest run in 1.16 history to this point is the Dragon. This run was crazy. It was almost destined to never be beaten for a few years, until this run came up. But this run was very different from Corbanos's, so we have to go back in time to one specific YouTube channel to figure out how this was done. T-Wags' first video was a 40-minute speedrun a week after the new update. What was so special about this run is that T-Wags would use a bastion to trade gold with piglins. He would get fire resistance, a ton of pearl so he could pearl around in the nether, and obsidian so he could blind travel just like when D-Max did. T-Wags would slowly improve his PB until he uploaded a video called Minecraft 1.16 Speedrunning, all bastion types 4 minutes each. This new strategy will make getting pearls slower, but the time saved in the overworld not running the coordinates more than makes up for that. So that was all in Curryway's head for this new run. Curryway plays the overworld the same way, except he gets an iron pickaxe so he can mine gold blocks. Although Curryway takes a bit to find a lava pool, he does, and he instantly sees a bastion. Now, he mines gold and does an interesting route, but anyway, after trading gold, Curryway has enough pearls to pearl around, and obsidian to build a blind portal. When pearling, Curryway sees a fortress, getting good blaze rates and blinding in 11 minutes. But this blind travel will be incredible. Curryway uses a strategy where he digs down on 4 chunk coordinates to guarantee hitting the stronghold. He nabs it and then enters the end. Speedrunners learn that the farther away you stand from the fountain, the better your perch is. So that's what Curryway does. And then the perch comes. After that run, there'd be improvements to the meta. T-Wags would route bastions in 2 minutes, and there'd be strategies with quadrants. But the record was broken instantly when Speedrun Legend completed at 13:45. His mechanics might not have been the best, but he was a very fortunate person.
I am a very fortunate person.
Anyways, this record would actually not be broken for 3 months. There were close ones. Curryway had a 10-minute fortress enter, but then he tried to scroll. After this run, Curryway would learn to never scroll. Well, that was 4 years down the line, but it still counts. But there was still a lot that had to go right, because he was just entering the fortress. In another run, JoJo spawns in and sees a ruined portal and a shipwreck, which can actually generate with a ton of iron. But how will JoJo get beds? In the Bastion, JoJo can trade for string, which will be crafted into wool. JoJo runs to a village for food and enters the Nether at 4 minutes. JoJo looks around in the Nether, and then a Bastion comes into distance, and so does the fortress. JoJo runs to the stables and does triple the gap. No, I'm just kidding, JoJo does this. They enter the fortress sub 9 and get great blazes and blind at 10:30. JoJo gets a great blind, but then 2 eyes break. As JoJo is in the portal room, sub 13, a 2 eye is needed. But 0 are in the frame. Curryway enters the fortress at 8 minutes, but then blinds at 10, but the stronghold is too far. Ryanix played a run where he spawned in, looted this blacksmith, entered the Nether through a room portal at 4:45. Ryanix gets an instant bastion, but in the housing, Ryanix does this. At the time, Ryanix had some of the coolest bastion routes. Ryanix enters the fortress sub 7, then blind sub 10. Ryanix has a close blind and enters the end at 12 minutes. This is world record pace. All he needs is a dragon perch. But the dragon doesn't perch. Ryanix logs off for the night. Well, not really. The same night, Ryanix spawns in and loots a village and runs to a ruined portal entering the Nether. Ryanix sees a fortress but goes to the wrong way to the Bastion, then turns around and does this treasure route. Ryanix pearls to the fortress and then goes 6 for 7 on blaze rod drops. Now everyone please comment about how I said 6-7. Ryanix gets a really close blind and then digs down, but now he needs the perch again. $14.10. A new record finally shattering the 3-month stranglehold that Kuriway had on the category. Another run from this time period was Gavin G. He spawns in and sees a ruined portal, which can't be completable, right? Incorrect! Gavin routes the overworld, and in the nether, he gets an iron pickaxe, but Gavin gets destroyed by pearl rates, needing to get all of his backups. This doesn't fully kill the run, as he's still able to get a 15-13. This is soon followed by a run from Xylonox. Xylonox takes a long time to enter the nether, with the blacksmith being awful. Then, Xylonox digs down and enters the nether at 4:30. Xylonox sees a bastion and starts fighting blazes at 7 minutes. So then, the blind is great. Xylonox digs down, Nav Kings, and it's time for a perch. A world record, but not really. See, when Xylonox paused to do mental calculations, this pause time actually counted towards the run, something that his timer did not pick up on. So, then, it would turn out to be a tie. Radix's run was timed to be a 14:07, so this time counting or not counting would be the determining factor to see who had the record. Eventually, everyone in this situation agreed for this run to be a tie. This was crazy, but what would be even crazier was the next month. I already went through all these runs in another video, but I don't really want to over-explain all these, as it kind of feels like I'm just like reusing content. So I'm just gonna go over each run and like what's unique about it. So first of all, we have Illumina. Illumina is a great blind travel, 8 minutes, but the blind is awful. It's still good enough for a record though. There's also a controversy about this run, but we don't need to talk about that. Two Letter Name was a relatively unknown runner, with his best run being a sub 16 at the time. But he broke the record using shipwreck strats and this cool lava portal. The nether was a great bastion, and the perch was incredible, a 13:48. So take that run and put it on crack, with the next run being Two Letter Name. He leaves the nether faster and gets an even better blind, entering the end at 11 minutes. And oh boy, is that a perch. You thought this was a god seed? Well, here's a god seed. FE666. Look at this overworld. Crazy world record where the overworld carried. B Sizzler, look at this blind. Oh, and Minsky, you probably forgot about this run, unless you're a sicko. No F3, 5-minute nether enter, 8-minute fortress enter. How on earth is this world record? Oh, it's because he's cheating. I hope not. It was rejected. Well, in 2025, it's pretty clear this run was not cheated. Then, after all the chaos, we have Brontilda. It only makes sense that such a beautiful run would end this stretch. It would combine things found by many strat developers. 5 render distance, causing more blazes to spawn. Brontilda used bastion routes for the housing. At the climax of this masterpiece, the greatest strategy up to this point would make an appearance. When Brontilda loaded into Nether, he saw a fossil at the 0-0 chunk. He would use the position of this fossil within the chunk and a bunch of coordinates laid out by Matthew Bullen to find the optimal spot to blind into the stronghold. And then
You can fucking calculate it as well. What? Oh. I can't pause. Dude. What? Dude. Oh my god. Dude. What? What the fuck? Oh my god, man.